Okay, this is a two-part video, and it's about the scorekeeper class that the people who created Alice actually created this for you, which is amazing because if you want to do anything in your game that keeps score, this is going to be what you use. And I will save this all to Haiku, and I'll show you in class actually where it's saved. But this is just critical. This is really, really important. Okay, whoops. So what I'm going to do is this guy created this file called Scorekeeper, and that's what I'm going to save to Haiku so that you can load it up. But let's just go through what it will look like. So from Haiku, whether you save, I would recommend saving it from Haiku onto your desktop. So if you use a Windows laptop, you just drag it in. Here's where your classes are. This is so mine is called Computer to Documents to Alice 3, and under that you'll see my classes. If you use a Mac, this is the structure that it would use. So this is your home, whatever your home is called, and then Alice 3, and then my classes. So drag that in so that you have access to it. And then once you're in Alice, so you open up Alice, and you click on the My Classes, and this should be an option. And so it's going to look like this. It's going to be called scorekeeper.a3c. All right, you guys know how to add classes. We've done that before. You can also browse and see if you can find it that way. Okay. All right. Really important about the Scorekeeper. What the Scorekeeper does, and this is tricky, but it is going to change a number and display it as text, because as you know, in Alice or in programming, numbers are one category and text or string is another category. So what we're going to learn over the next two videos is how it changes from a number into text, and then it's your text that is displayed as a score. So we're going to start it off, and you're going to do, instead of hello, you're going to just set the value to 0 because all scores begin as 0. And that's called initializing the Scorekeeper. Okay, and that'll be what shows up on your screen. To change the value of it, you can just go right here, score set value, drag it up into my first method, and that will start whatever you want to do. So for example, if you wanted to start at 100 and go down, you could set it as that number, as 100. Okay. You know how to import. This should not be new information, but what is new information is that you get some procedures with it. With this class comes some really complicated and important procedures, and I really invite you to take some time once you've downloaded it into your Alice project and really look at it and think about it. We'll go through it as much as we can, but there's nothing to replace you guys doing it. So here's the game that he's created. He's set up a bunch of discs, and every time you click on the disc, first of all, it's kind of cool. It fades away and comes back in to life, and also the score changes. He did notice, and I think some of you have run into this too, as he was positioning this, it sort of goes away. So what you do is you just go away from it, get out of go to edit code and flashback, and the number will show up again. So he acknowledges that this is a bug, and I know that some of you have run into this as well. Okay, so we are going to edit this. So these are your things that you've added. The text model, that is the score, and we're going to just take a look at some of the things of it. Okay, here are the properties that has been initialized, and they can be modified through these drop-down menus, which is really cool. So this is your, the increment means how much is it going to change by. Is it going to change by 1 or 5 or 10? That's up to you. And again, if you want it to go down, you can call it decrement. Decrement means to go decrease by whatever set of numbers. Increment means to increase. Okay, so what are these three properties? What he's calling score, this is what's showing up. Oh, sorry. This is what's showing up. So it's your start score, and then it's your current score. So this is really what you care about, right? If you have a game that will end when a person reaches a certain number, like let's say play until you reach 100, then that would be what's called your target score. You don't have to use it, but it is a property that he has built into text model. And then increment, like I said, the amount that its score increases or if it's decreasing. Okay, not a big deal. Then we have some other procedures that come along with this thing called Scorekeeper. Those are basically 3 methods: set score, set target score, and set increment. So set score changes the value of the score, if that makes sense. Set target score, that changes the current value of the target score. So I'll show you in the game, that'll make a little bit more sense. And then set increment is how much do you want it to increment by, how much do you want it to go up by. Okay. As we get into, let's go a little deeper into update score, it changes the score by adding the increment to it, and it updates what it's displayed. So this is really important. There's math going on, but then the math has to be changed into the letters because it's the letters that get displayed. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. You do the math and then you change it from the numbers to the letters using this. And then initialize means to set the starting score. So, right, and these are 3 functions that he has written for Scorekeeper. Get score returns the current score, get target score, and get increment. And again, once you have access to this file, please look at it. And we'll talk a little bit more about the game and how to incorporate it in the next video. And if we have a chance, I'll also talk about how to use a timer. That's it.